Hey y'all, it's your girl Fertility Queen. It's been a little while, huh? It's a Q&A. So, I got a few. God damn, why is it so overexposed? I'm so sorry. Okay, so I've got a correspondence with a woman known as Reem. And she says, "Hello, this is me again. I know it's been a long time since the last time I emailed you. Every time I pray for bigger breasts, God puts me in your path for some reason. When I typed in Chinese herbs for bigger breasts last night, I found your blog. The reason why I haven't responded is because I still am trying to figure out why my stomach is bloating and trying to treat that. So I think I have gastroparesis, and now I'm trying to find out a cure. The problem is frustrating me and kind of stalling my goal of achieving bigger breasts. However, I still want to grow my breasts, and I was thinking before I reach out to you again that I can do it without BO. Can I do it with Chinese herbs? If no, can I ask if you did a full body checkup before or after your journey? Because I'm still scared of what might happen to my body. Did you consult with a doctor about BO before for breast enlargement? I'm sorry, really, but trying to find comfort, and I don't know what will comfort me." I think that's what she means. Lots of gratitude. Here's the email. Reem, okay. So I know that you're kind of on the fence with starting the bovine ovarian protocol. A lot of women are for some reason. Let me see if I can roll this up. I feel like you ladies are more redundant to starting a really good BO protocol. But you're all for like birth control and stuff. And for me, I feel like birth control is the ultimate scary thing that you can do. So I just want you to not be afraid of the idea of bovine ovarian supplements, whether you choose to do it now or later. Now, can you do it? Can you have results, like permanent results with Chinese herbs? I think you can. The question is, who's the practitioner? You're gonna have to find a practitioner that can first find out what's causing your your stomach ailments, gastroparesis. I'm not even really sure what that is. I don't know if that's like related to like irritation of the gut from like foods you're eating, or if it's some kind of a like parasite bacterial thing. But I can tell you, like, when I was having trouble with my stomach, I literally every time I ate small bites, I'd feel nauseous and just bouts of nausea, and then all of a sudden it was gone, like after I went to the restroom. The key was literally stopped eating prepared food by other people, because when I was living in that lady's house, that's when I got sick. She had 2 dogs, 3 other people living there, and she was nasty. She had longer nails than mine, and she'd never clean them. And she was all over the refrigerator, touching food, dog food, her food, the door outside, garbage, whatever it was, wiping her ass, showering. Like, she had gunk in the underneath of her nails, and she wasn't very clean. So, if we were sharing an environment and eating food that's been prepared by other people, I would start there, because the bloating means you're not digesting it for some reason. And I had a feeling that even though the doctors didn't want to like take my stool sample, I gave them my stool sample to test it. I suspicioned that it was H. pylori bacteria, because I was on the go all the time. I was in a shared environment. So whether it was, going to Safeway and getting like a cooked food and getting the bacteria that way, or getting, I feel like it's a parasite though, because what is H. pylori? It's something nasty that affects the alkalinity in your, it affects the acidity in your digestion. So we're supposed to produce bile, and we're supposed to like kill everything and digest it, dissolve it. And if it's messing with your acidity, meaning it's making it more alkaline, you're going to be burping a lot, you're going to be bloated, you're going to feel nauseous, you're going to feel full really fast. So I don't know what gastroparesis is. It sounds like it's something that is a cause from something else. That's just what they call it. But I don't know. I didn't research too much about it. But if you really think you have this, get a test for it. I am with the VA, so I can't really tell them what I want. They were willing to stick a camera down my esophagus and find out like if it, I guess there was a camera they could stick down, and then there is the motility test that they can do. And I was going to do the motility test, but there are like different methods, and I wasn't all about sticking the camera down because from what I understand, people who don't have H. pylori bacteria or whatever other bacteria or parasite that is commonly found to cause stomach issues that have been inserted in other patients, the camera equipment has not been thoroughly cleansed, and that scared the shit out of me. So I didn't want to go that route, and I just gave up and said, you know what, it's the VA, they do what they want to do. It's going to be hard for me to get a referral and say this is how I want to be tested. So I did have slow transit time. I could tell with the foods that I ate. You check your stool. I felt like mine was an off color. It was a strange off color. You know your body more than anybody else. And when I showed them my stool sample, they said it was normal. And I said, no, this isn't normal. This is like mush. Like, it's not normal and the color is off. So I know something's wrong with me. And I battled this for months. You know, those videos where I was like really skinny and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I have a feeling with all the research that I had done, it was something messed up my acidity and I was not digesting my food. So I stopped eating prepared foods from wherever I was going for lunch. And I started preparing my own food. And I moved out of that lady's house and I started to get better. I could not believe it. I started to digest my food. The bouts of nausea went away. I wasn't stopped up like a few bites of food and very sick. So I would look into that. Like if you're experiencing what I'm experiencing, you might have H. pylori. Even though I couldn't find out, I just like all the symptoms were there, you know? So yeah, you can't start a protocol until you clean out the gut. You know, you got to make sure that that you're clean before you get, you know, your breasts growing. They got to be able to get those nutrients. So, okay, small steps, right? Baby steps. As far as it's stalling, yes, it is stalling you. It is stalling you for your getting to the protocol that you're choosing. So you want to grow yours and you're thinking about the Chinese herbs. I talked to a Chinese medicine practitioner. It was in a clinic in East LA. I think they treated like Michael Jordan or something like that. I think it was in Koreatown. And I remember he told me, he said a woman that has anything over a B cup had an overactive pituitary. So if that was his mindset and I'm trying to grow bigger breasts, I don't think he's going to be able to help me, you know? So you got to find somebody who understands a woman's insecurities and goals, and they have to actually themselves study and figure out a way to unleash that HGH and target the area of the breast so that they can grow, that they can further develop, right? All the glands and fat stores and stuff. So that's going to be a challenge, I think, but it doesn't mean that you can't find somebody. So I would just keep on searching. Find a practitioner you can get to cure your ails, and then when you're ready to move on to the breast protocol, find out from them what you can apply topically, what you can apply or what you can take internally that's not going to disrupt your balance of your endocrine, you know, your whole endocrinology, your whole system. because you could be really on the cool side or on the damp side or on the hot side or whatever. So yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do. I mean, it's what I would do, right? Did I do checkups after my breast enlargement protocol? Yeah, I did before, during, and after. And I did not tell my doctor about what I was doing. I just wanted to get my period back, or like bring my body to balance as much as I can before I started the protocol. I wanted to clean out my system before I started my protocol. I wanted to be the healthiest version of myself before starting the protocol, because I knew that it would be easier by the time I started bovine ovarian tincture. And I waited the 9 months graciously. Yeah, I was anxious, but I knew that it was worth every single minute of wait. And the tincture was very strong, and I couldn't believe it, you know? I actually was growing, and I don't know what will comfort you other than that. I just know that you cannot rush the process. Don't worry about your age. A lot of women with problems like liver, kidney issues, autoimmune issues like myself have been able to do this bovine ovarian protocol. Now, as far as that herbal, that was more of the challenge. It was hard to find herbs that would actually produce the same results and as fast. So I feel like herbs are great for helping you, like support wise, you know, while you're on the bovine ovarian protocol. But alone, generally the younger females that already have pretty balanced hormones and no like major endocrine issues, autoimmune issues, those are the ones that generally grow well with herbs, because all they need is a little boost. So I can't tell you like what herbs would benefit you, you know, because for me, like fenugreek made my blood sugar very low, and I couldn't take it. It made me dizzy, it made me sick. Same thing with licorice root. And both of those herbs are known to make your breasts grow. Pereira mirifica, I can't even say the word, a lot of us can't, but we try it. A lot of us, 80% of us, have a problem with having our period psychically, you know, because we're already estrogen dominant and we tend to take too much, or the body doesn't know what to do with it. It's just so much. That topically I think would be great in addition to a bovine ovarian protocol, or if you're just doing it alone, you want to do topicals, that would be awesome in itself, worth a try with flaxseed oil. But that's pretty much all that I really know, because yeah, that other stuff was just always pushed me to estrogen dominance. Soy was out of the question. That's another one that's supposed to help your breasts grow, you know, and like, I don't know how these women could tolerate it, but they could. I just was not one of them. So I hope that answered your question a little bit more, or you've gained some kind of a perspective. But the forums are always great, because lots of ladies have tried several different herb concoctions. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. A lot of it didn't. But when it did, you know, it was nice. They shared. Okay, so I'll be doing another video because this is way too long. Toodles.